Welcome to Basically Sci-Fi, the short story podcast with stories you can basically call sci-fi. I'm Adam.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Todd.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good
morning.
Guess
who's reading a story today? It's this guy right here. It's me.
Yeah.
It's my turn. Everyone's been waiting, I know.
I mean, you could improvise it if you wanted to.
And we were talking about that, Todd, we're going to turn this podcast into we're going to make a third podcast and call it Basically Improv.
A third podcast after Basically Sci-Fi After Dark?
No, Basically Erotic, Basically Improv.
Basically Erotic, that's what the other one was.
And then I guess, while we're at it, we could make, basically erotically improv. I don't know if, that is... You can put that on YouTube?
I'm thinking I'm not going to go along with any of this. Because I don't want to do an erotic podcast with you two, and I don't like improv.
It's mostly the improv, though.
Mostly the improv, yes.
Right, improv has never been good. Take that, all my theater friends from college.
Yeah, suck it, nerds.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Have you guys ever been to
improv friends in college, Jared?
I had a bunch of friends that were in an improv group, yeah, but I only ever went to 3 of their shows. 2 because I was working the lights in the theater, and the 3rd because a couple of other friends dragged me along. But,
You've actually been to an improv show in real life, in person?
Yeah. I mean, it was a college group.
Yeah.
But
they're so rare. And
no, it's like a unicorn.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely don't see them a dime a dozen everywhere you go.
Ooh, man. Laying into those theater kids.
How'd it go, though?
I got them banned from performing at the theater.
What?
But, well,
Wait, you got them banned?
You were the light guy, right? How did you get them banned?
I did. Well, I did all of the tech for their shows, basically, when they were in the theater. But the second time that I ran one, there was this one bit they did with this huge bucket of water where someone would stick their head in it for some reason and whatever. And I told them not to do it because the set had just been painted for a real show. And they did it anyways, so I just took it to the professors and told them not to allow them in the theater anymore.
Oh, that's why
damn.
I thought you were going to do something crazy, but...
Oh, no, they were just being dicks.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna fuck the producer's wife or something. Shit.
Yeah,
right. Get them banned.
While they were doing their improv show, I just started throwing wild turkeys up on the stage.
I would have just left it alone because one of them or one of their friends, mopped it up and everything.
Yeah.
And repainted the floor, but then one of the members acted real shitty at me about it. They got away with something, so I just got them banned from the theater for my tenure. I was gonna deal with that shit. So they did it in some auditorium classroom across campus instead.
Where it belongs.
Some people have pride in their work.
Yeah.
Thinking you can just show up and do whatever and hey, look at me, I'm a improv guy. Well, no.
Yeah.
Takes work.
Now, wait, isn't Saturday Night Live improv?
No.
Saturday Night Live is all scripted.
Okay.
It's all done within the week.
Yeah.
They only rehearse the skits for a week, but
that's why the jokes are so
it's
bad.
all written well ahead of time.
Yeah, but the comedians on the show write the skits. And then they pitch it, and
there's
if it
a
gets
writer's room.
Then that makes it onto the show.
Yeah.
So, it's not at all improv, but whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, that's whose line is improv.
Yeah.
Which is basically that's what you get when you're going to an improv show that's done by a school or a community theater, is you're going to get whose line style improv.
Yeah.
So no one's like fucking coming out here with like Shakespeare as like a theme, and they're just like improvising what they think they remember Romeo and Juliet are. Because I think that would actually be kind of hilarious. Like misremembered Romeo and Juliet.
That would be funny, yeah.
And it has to be a 2-hour act.
Trying to guess the exact words to the "Wherefore art thou" soliloquy.
And just kicking off the whole show with that too, because what even comes before that?
yeah, exactly.
Or after.
I think there's an extended bit about biting
I've actually
the thumb.
only ever seen the Bugs Bunny version of that scene. I've never watched Romeo and Juliet.
Is that the one where Elmer Fudd is like using hair tonic and it turns into flowers?
That's opera.
I don't know.
That's opera.
I've never seen the Bugs Bunny version of Romeo and Juliet.
I actually cannot remember if I have seen a Bugs Bunny version of Romeo and Juliet. I just assume that one exists.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I watched a bunch of cartoons when I was a kid.
Daffy Duck could be Juliet?
Yeah, that would be good too. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Well, today is definitely not improv. I have actually written a story.
You said I have it actually written, because that sounded like I haven't actually written.
I wrote 5 jokes, and I'm going to string them together with whatever I can come up with on the fly.
Yo, that's what I did last week. Calling it a new
style of comedy called immediate comedy.
It's not improv.
No, it's immediate. Anyway, before we jump in, I do have a little bit of science news.
That gulp out there.
Oh yeah, I will. No, maybe I'll just leave it in though for the fans.
The OnlyFans.
We need to make an OnlyFans. No, that's where you do the face reveal.
No, I just told Tomo that I don't need to see Todd's dick, so.
It's true.
It is true.
That is a conversation that they had.
Oh, good.
Yep, on Facebook.
On Facebook?
Like you do.
God, I haven't been on Facebook in like a year now. Or maybe 2.
I just use the chat to talk with people.
Oh,
and Tomo messaged me on it randomly the other day.
I don't count the chat as Facebook. Anyway, though, I do have a little bit of science news to get you guys all warmed up with before we jump into my story.
Okay.
No.
You ever heard of E. coli?
Yeah.
It's the shit that gives you pink eye. You touch your eye with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a wonderful bacteria. It does many things, but this week scientists were able to engineer some E. coli into eating plastic and shitting out vanilla flavoring. So now, coming soon, all your vanilla flavoring is going to be made from like that.
Where did you see this?
Yeah.
Because the last time you told us science things, you got them from YouTube videos. So I just gotta ask, where did you see this?
Okay, so this one, I believe it's from Science Daily or whatever it's called. I have the page up. Yeah, Live Science. LiveScience.com.
Okay.
I mean, a whole bunch of different what are they called? People that tell the news are picking this story up. So you can find it in a lot of different places. But yeah, they're experimenting with turning plastic into vanilla flavored because apparently vanilla, like, our needs aren't met. We need more vanilla.
Yeah, it's real hard to produce vanilla.
Everyone's shitting on vanilla, but now vanilla's gonna be shit, literally.
I like vanilla.
Apparently 85% of vanilla is currently made from fossil fuels, so I guess vanilla was gasoline all along.
Thanks for that.
I mean, you make vanilla extract with alcohol. But...
Ooh, okay. Is alcohol a fossil fuel?
No.
Oh. If it was, I was going to say my body runs on fossil fuels then. But
I guess I don't really know what artificial vanilla is made from, so maybe I'd have to look it up.
Hey, speaking of plastic, so when we came to Japan, was that the first time you saw plastic bottles referred to as PET bottles or PET bottles?
Yep, that's the first time I ever heard of a PET bottle, and I was like, is that the kind of bottle you use to clean up your pet's mess on the street with?
I was like, yeah, I know all these Japanese got tiny little bag chihuahuas, like, so maybe
stick them in their backpack.
They need to have bins for all their PET bottles, like every 20 feet in Japan. But
no real trash cans though.
It's plastic.
Yeah, it's a special kind of plastic. There's like different varying types of plastic. Some are easier to break down than others. So they want to collect all the fucking, like, similar types of plastic together. In the States, I think there's like 9 classifications of, what the fuck's it called? Recyclables.
Mm-hmm.
You turn that shit over, and like the 9th one is just like, what the fuck ever. And that never gets recycled.
Yeah, I saw the John Oliver thing too.
Oh yeah, but talking about wild shit with vanilla, I saw a dude on YouTube, he's some kind of chemist, fucking dissolve latex gloves and like chemically turn them into grape flavor and then drink it. So latex is also grape flavor. I mean, there's a few steps in between.
I feel like
a lot
don't drink gloves.
But, grape is just as easy to come by as gloves.
I
don't feel like you need to do that, so.
But you can. That's the beauty of it.
That's what science is about, though. It's about doing things that other people are like,
it's about turning gloves into grapes.
If that ain't magic, then I don't know what is. Let me tell you. Speaking of magic, I'm about to elucidate your brains with the magic of storytelling. Here we go, gentlemen.
Okay, as long as it's scientific magic.
Here we go. This story is called Orange Dust.
Ooh,
yes.
That's... Okay. It's either Cheetos or some kind of pollution.
It's some kind of something.
Okay.
Orange dust whipped around in the wind, settling on everything in sight. The various domed buildings that made up the city of Macaque sat squat, buried in the stuff, as the sun rose over yet another day, on a planet that Freddy had called home for his whole life. Freddy was a Freckian, and as such, compared to a lot of humanoids, he was quite short.
God damn it.
What?
Freddy Freaker again. Okay, you can cut me out and go, God damn it, but
we'll leave that in. That's the fucking response I wanted. I was actually expecting you guys to like not catch on until I described him physically.
Okay.
3 stories from now.
Alright.
Don't get ahead of the joke now, okay?
Okay,
it's a slow burn.
Cut it if you want.
It's a slow burn. Anyway, Freddy was a Freckian, and, as such, compared to a lot of humanoids, was quite short. And bright yellow. And being shown the door very quickly. Freddy was unceremoniously pushed out of the town hall and out into the dust storm. Slag those weak-willed cucks, he thought to himself. Slag these storms, too, he thought, covering his mouth and eyes with a rag. Rags are highly useful on this unnamed planet, and Freddy was finding something new you could do with them every day. His people had been introduced to rags quite abruptly, you see, because the Twent Corporation had started using his planet as a dumping ground. In the before times, his people had gotten by with pack animals and gears and a little bit of binary code. But Twent was one of them premium suppliers of goods across the galaxy, or so Freddy had been led to believe. He raised his fist into the sky. To the sky, not into the sky. Jesus. He raised his fist to the sky. "I'm gonna perforate your existence," he screamed. "Sir," a tinny metallic voice chimed from behind him. "My database only has 2 entries for perforation. Paper and assholes. Would you like to make a new entry?"
This.
It was Kronk. That blasted robot always ruined the mood. If he wasn't so slagging useful, Freddy would have melted him for scrap ages ago. He turned around to look at the bot, wobbling through the doorway of the town hall. The bot came up to Freddy's chin, but with having no legs. Freddy found him in a pile of junk that had been dumped by Twent. No legs, so Freddy had to weld him to a repulsor sled and fix up the arms, give him a good scrubbing to clean off all that muck. Now Kronk was a hug-sized floating robot with 2 bright lights on his round head and a hand-painted smile to match.
Aww.
The eyes lit up, and Kronk said, "You know, sometimes I wonder why I haven't soldered your mouth shut," Freddy said. The guard ushering the robot out the door gave Freddy a funny look before shutting the door on them. The eyes on the round head lit up, and Kronk said, "That's because it would do nothing. My speech is projected through alpha waves directly into your brain." "Now, wait a minute. You're telling me after all these years, I mean, everyone must think I'm crazy," Freddy said. "They've always thought that, sir." "I know, but, I mean, this doesn't help." "Well, regardless, your plan to submit a proposal to this government wasn't exactly a success, Kronk," he said. Freddy started walking away from the big dome towards another. "Back to the drawing board, then, sir," Kronk replied. "Indeed. Plan Wasteland Cleanup has hit a snag. Can you believe what they said? We don't qualify for representation on the Galactic Senate, so we can't even lodge a formal complaint. We have 7 billion Freckians here, and we're still too few," Freddy said, looking dejected as they walked. "I know of one way to make more citizens, sir. You must initiate mating rituals, and within a generation you could increase your population size by appreciable amounts." Nope. Gross. Kronk, listen, sex isn't the answer to any problem, especially not bureaucratic ones. No. You're a robot, so I know your concept of time is alien, to mine at least, but this planet was a paradise. Less than a generation ago, green trees, blue rivers, oceans, flying flargs, chirping and clittering in this with this rising sun.
Glittering?
Clittering, yes. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to make it a fucking word.
Yeah. No, it is.
All right, so flarg, database query, no record, similar, flag, false flag, flagette, phage, fat. Nope, listen.
God damn it.
Freddy said, interrupting Kronk, as he often had to do. Every time the bot found a new word, it struggled with adding the term to its database. The two entered a huge dome structure, same as the others, that made up the city from the outside. On the inside, they were same as the others that made up the city from the outside. On the inside, they each served a different purpose. This happened to be the Twent Corporation Mega Slum TM. The long entrance corridor led to a huge shared atrium that reached to the apex of the dome. Elevator shafts, arrayed radially, led up to the apartment floors, where Freddy and Kronk eventually reached Freddy's abode. It was a small room, made smaller by being filled with junk, scavenged by Freddy. On the far wall there was an unauthorized hole drilled into the wall, with a pipe going through, and a ring of orange dust accumulating around the pipe, near the wall. In the room, the pipe connected to a mess of computers, cobbled together with parts from varying models. Freddy took great care to step in the spots where things weren't on his floor, and walked over to his computer.
Is this a robot glory hole?
It's piping in the dust from the outside so that he can analyze it with science.
Science!
I think.
Where was I? Oh, yes. We've all done this part. Freddy took great care to step in the spots where things weren't on his floor and walked over to his computer. Look, like I've been telling you, this is our only shot, Freddy said, gesturing to the screen. A spreadsheet with names of stars and coordinates, and a scroll bar that was like a pixel tall. Freddy's thick yellow nail and knobby yellow finger stabbed at an entry at the middle of the page. Sir, you've been excessively excitable since the 1900490FREKE systems entry changed over to the Tullis system. But I don't see how that's helpful or useful for us in any way. Look! And he drug his orange... Look! And he drug his orange dust-encrusted finger across the screen, leaving an orange smear, stopping at a column titled POS. POS! Database query. Piece of shit. No!
I really thought it was going to be point of sale.
Point of sale. It is. It is point of sale.
Okay.
You literally, you got it again. You jumped the joke again. Where is it? Alright, so, nope. Point of sale. Look, there's coordinates here to the general area of whoever or whatever bought our system. Galactic law states that the planets are now their property as well. So, like I said before, we're going to get on over there, find whoever bought our planet, and get them to sort out this Twent Corporation issue.
Ooh.
And get us a chair on the Galactic Senate, and rent forgiveness. Yeah, all of our problems. Freddy said, and started to dig around in a junk pile. Whatever you say, sir. Freddy picked up a leather pouch and started stuffing it full of tools and bric-a-braca. Pack your slag, Kronk. We're gonna break into that Twent Corporation spaceport and get ourselves a ship. The Twent Corp's spaceport was hard to miss on this city, or on this planet for that matter. It was the only spaceport on the whole planet. A huge dome with a massive ski jump into space sticking out the back end of it. Ships deorbiting or departing would use the ski jump to aid with accelerating and decelerating. The street traffic near the spaceport was thin, as only Twent staff were allowed access to the facility. So as the sun went down, Freddy and Kronk crept up behind a parked repulsor sled across the street from the spaceport. Freddy and Kronk had sat there through the night, hiding behind the repulsor sled, staking out the spaceport center entrance. They watched the guard changes, noted down the patrol routine, marked every security camera in sight. The sun was just starting to come up when they saw it. A chain link fence. The chain link fence marked the perimeter of some open bay door near the east side of the huge spaceport. Freddy nudged Kronk and whispered, I know we were planning on sneaking through, but, look, there's an open door over there. It's just screaming our name. Come on. That's a big fence, sir, Kronk replied. Nonsense. If you overcharge your repulsor, we'll be able to make the jump just fine, Freddy said. Hey, you! Who's there? A gruff voice called off from Freddy's left. Slag! They found us. Time to run, Freddy said, breaking into a sprint across the street. Kronk hot on his heels, the guards not far behind. Stop running, we just want to ask some questions, the guard said. No taking chances here, Kronk. Make sure you get us over that fence real nice. It's too big to jump twice, Freddy said as they neared the daunting 3-meter fence. Kronk used everything he had to charge up a repulsor blast directed at the ground. He grabbed Freddy by the hand, and the two were sent sailing over the barrier fence and into the restricted Twent Company area. Kronk came down with a heavy crash, Freddy on top of him with a not-so-heavy crash. Oh, no, sir. It seems that I've made a Whew! That was wild, Freddy said. Kronk, how much battery did you use getting us over? Freddy said, picking himself up and dusting himself off. The dust never came off, though. All of it, it appears, sir, the robot chimed back. A sound of alarm klaxons blared off in the distance. Well, I'm gonna have to download you. There's no time to get you a new battery before those slagging guards are up our asses, Freddy said. Ass. Database query. Return. Yes. It seems we'll be getting perforated soon, sir. No, Freddy replied, digging around in his leather pouch. The alarm sound now was accompanied by sounds of people yelling. You know, Kronk said, someone smarter than me once said that people aren't ever truly gone, sir. People that you lose, you leave behind, or who leave you. Some of them is always left inside of the things they've shared with us. When you watch those videos I showed you, how to rip off the radio waves bounding through the universe, I hope you'll think of me. Can it, you tin can, Freddy said, jamming a memory stick into the port at the back of Kronk's head. Please, sir, I'm trying to be dramatic, Kronk said, folding his arms over his chest. Freddy rolled his eyes and finished connecting the memory stick. The light in Kronk's eyes faded and went dark. The back end of the memory stick lit up. Freddy yanked it out, dropping it into his other pouch. I'll get you into a new body as soon as I can, buddy. But first things first. And he sprinted through the huge open door towards the hangar bay. A Frekian is on the loose, could be heard being screamed over the intercom as Freddy ran full bore towards a transport being loaded with something. The humans loading it up looked up at him in astonishment. It's like the first time they ever saw a Frekian, which worked out all right for Freddy. Gave him time to hit the back of their knees as he ran past. He ran up the loading ramp and closed it on the way, and found his way into the cockpit. It was a beautiful mess of lights, knobs, and buttons and a screen. He activated the ship's flight console and plugged in the coordinates with his big, knobby yellow fingers. He looked at the string of numbers and letters, marveling at the implications. Action was finally happening. No proposals, no hearings, no votes, no conversations, no inquiries, no arrests. Just one man and his throttle, out to change the world. Blaster fire hitting the hull roused him to action, and he slammed the throttle down to 100. The ship lurched forward and, hugging the curve of the ski jump, launched Freddy into the great black void. To be continued.
Nice.
Woo! Yeah.
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 I was feeling the action there in the end. It was very, very visual. So that's something I struggle with. So that was very good. I liked that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sad that you guys noticed Freddy was a freaker.
I'm sorry.
I should have been more subtle somehow.
Maybe. And I had to do a quick Google search, and I don't know what this is, but it seems like it would be something that you would also be referencing. Does TWINT stand for Thug World Ninja Turtles?
No, but it does now.
I don't know what this is. I just did a quick Google search for TWINT, and I get Thug World Ninja Turtles. It's like, oh, it's a parody YouTube video from 2006. It's it looks like it's in the same vein here as the Juggernaut bitch.
Yeah, so. It sounds like 2006 YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyway, okay, so there we go. We're not getting all the references, maybe, but
no. The TWINT thing is just the name of. I was like, that sounds like some kind of business's name. I was like trying to think of like a jingle, and I was like, because every business has a jingle. You need a jingle.
Yeah.
Like do or something. Welcome to TWINT. When you're here, you're always 20. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I thought it is TWNT.
No, it's TWENT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And besides that, in the list of things that I didn't know was going on. So your last story and this one are obviously connected, and these two are also connected to Buck?
Yes.
So these are, okay. So there are spacefaring humans.
Yes, there are spacefaring humans. It just so happens that the humans... Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. Because, he was surprised to see some humans, but I was like... But
the humans were surprised to see him, too.
Yeah.
The Frekians are a rare breed.
The good boy from the first story, whose name I don't remember.
Mac.
Okay. All right, we got Freddie Mac. So Mac is a human, but he bought a star.
He did, on a website, yeah.
Like a regular old dude in 2006.
Yeah. Yeah, like in the early days of the internet.
Yeah.
Or well.
Yeah. Okay.
The internet being popular, you slap down $5 and someone in Ohio thinks you own a star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only in this case, it's happened to be real.
Did Freddie own it to be able to sell it to him, though? That's going to come back to bite him.
Freddie didn't sell it.
Okay.
His star system was, they mentioned it earlier, their population size isn't large enough for them to qualify for representation. So, they are essentially, what's the word? People who don't have a country but live in a country. What's the fucking name for those people? There's like a special term for people, and there's like I think a couple hundred.
Yeah,
they're not refugees. There's like a couple 100,000 of them who live in like the U.S. just the U.S. And there's bunches all over the world, but I think the figure for the U.S. one was like 100,000 or something. So it's not an insignificant number.
Something like it's on the tip of my tongue. I want to say unpatriated, but I don't think that's right.
It might be unpatriated.
I don't know.
But so basically, they're the equivalent of that.
Affiliated with a country.
Yeah, and they're not big enough to make their own country, essentially. And so this corporation.
I know a guy like that.
Yeah, it's like imagine that guy, and he has a house, but then someone comes in his house and dumps their trash in his house.
This guy I know is in jail.
Oh.
They tried to deport him, but his passport was from Yugoslavia, which doesn't exist anymore, and none of the countries it split into wanted to take a criminal. So now he just lives in jail forever.
Oh come on.
I don't know why that came to my head, but
Welcome to the
or
basically
why I
get this
decided
guy
to
out of
talk
jail
about it at least.
podcast. I mean,
Yeah,
did
get
he
this
do
kid.
something?
Get this man.
Can
a
I get
damn,
behind him?
Make this man an OnlyFans page.
Can I support this man?
No, he's a piece of shit. You don't want to.
Okay,
but-
well, all right then. I guess I hope he rots.
like he was in jail for very good reasons.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, well then, never mind.
But imagine
Rot
a guy
in
like
jail.
that. Not specifically that guy, but a guy like that who's living in his house,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
some guy comes in and dumps his trash in, and like, what's this guy gonna do? Gonna call the police? He can't. He's not a citizen. So, Freddie here, his planet has become a dumping ground for a company that, yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
Freddie's like, God damn it,
Okay.
you ruined my planet
Alright.
with your orange Cheeto dust.
Which will be explored more later. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
obviously relevant. The title of the story was Orange Dust, but Orange Dust didn't really play a role in this particular story?
No.
No.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. So, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the reveal. Orange Dust
it's
is
gonna be a good reveal.
Frechians?
no, maybe.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
Well, okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
I certainly don't.
Well, then I will not just continue guessing, because I'm on a bit of a streak right now.
You are 2 for 2 here, or sorry, two for 3.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
But, it wasn't a
Yeah.
serious one that it was Frechians, but then again,
Freddy-
the other two were not necessarily serious.
Freddy the Frechian.
Yep.
If I ever turn this into what's the word? Anthology. I'm gonna have to change some things so I don't get copyright struck.
Yeah, right? I'm like, that is owned.
Yeah, by like Oni and G. What is he gonna do? He's gonna make fun
I
of me.
don't know. Be one of those people that comes down surprisingly hard on intellectual property infringements.
I doubt it. That man with anything
Nintendo.
would ask to be written into the story.
Yeah. He's like, make sure I get perforated by Freddy.
I forgot where I saw it, but like I saw something where some guy was like, "I'm gonna perforate your ass," and I thought that was so funny, so I put that in the story. Like I started the story with like just that written. I was like, "Perforate." No, Pornhub's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not up on what all the latest sources of entertainment are.
The FBI raided the Pornhub servers.
What, really?
Yeah, someone was uploading cheese pizza, and
Oh.
and then everything that wasn't uploaded by an official Pornhub, like, what's the word? Partner. So like anything that wasn't made by like Brazzers or the Pornhub webcam affiliates, like all the other stuff that was publicly uploaded was taken down. And now you can't upload it you can't upload anything unless you're an affiliate. So yeah,
Okay.
Pornhub is dead.
Well, I didn't expect there to be real
shit.
Pornhub news. I just thought it was going to be like how he's always saying to me, like, do you know this person? Do you know the Minami Osaka? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh my god, she's huge. She's got the biggest
Personality.
personalities. And I'm like,
Tits.
you
Oh.
you consume more media than I, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's wild. Pornhub's dead. It's dead forever.
That's a shame.
Yeah, we entered into a new age of culture. Anyway, back to the story though.
What'd you call that culture, though?
Back to the story.
As a man of culture, yes.
Back to the story. Not enough culture in that story,
Not enough.
if that's where we're going. Need more culture.
I started off without doing a character voice, and then I decided to just fuck it and not do any character voices.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And just add...
That's how you do a story.
And then just
Right.
add, like, he said at the end of the sentences.
Literally, my one note here was that my one problem was a part where you had, I think it was Kronk being interrupted by Freddy, but it just sounded like one little bit long sentence because they had the same voice and I couldn't tell who was talking. But, like, I got it that they were being interrupted. If I was reading it, it would probably be easier.
I didn't want to
That
do
was
a
going to
robot
be my
voice.
one note, in
Yeah.
that it was one voice for all your characters, and I really liked that, and you should keep doing that.
Ooh. I'll meet you in the middle and do kind of a voice sometimes.
Well, Kronk had a robotic cadence, so I got that it was Kronk. You don't need to do anything. It was just that one time where.
Oh, and I missed the
I
chance
had-
to do Kronk's voice from the one thing so I can get sued by Disney.
See, more references. You got Kronk from your D&D game.
Yes, only now he's a robot.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove, which
Definitely not that Kronk.
when they make a wiki for basically sci-fi, there's going to have to be a page for the Emperor's New Groove, like incredibly significant to basically
Incredibly
sci-fi.
significant fucking source material.
Yeah.
For all of our content, basically.
I have never seen that movie.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of it
I'm
online.
pretty sure I've said that on this podcast before, too.
Yeah, back when I did the Kronk voice for one of my characters.
Oh, yeah, and I had no idea what you were doing.
Yeah, I didn't have to call it Kronk though. I could have called it Joe from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Or
I called a lot of people Joe.
or the Tick. Or the Tick.
The Tick?
Yeah.
Nice. Coming up with names is hard.
What are we supposed to... Hold on, what is his name even?
Alec
What are
Baldwin.
you talking about?
Pretty sure it's Alec Baldwin.
He was good in 30 Rock.
Patrick Warburton.
Oh.
He's got a name. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Patrick Warburton for the next 5 minutes.
Patrick Warbly Scotch.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for giving me
any
some
other
good
notes?
criticism. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll do character voices next time. I just kind of... This time I just started off without doing it, and I was like, oh fuck, I was supposed to do a character voice. And I was like, well, it's too late now.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't have any other comments or notes.
Nope.
All right. In that case, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Slam that subscribe button with your big pudgy finger. Don't leave no Cheeto dust on it. And make sure that you send us money in the mail. Preferably cash. And, yeah.
Adam's address is...
Adam's address is 1-900-490-FREAK. And see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.